Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-October. Thank you so much for being here. How are you guys doing? I'm so excited that I'm reading for us again because you know I'm Taurus and I love our sign. There's a couple of things that I want to bring to your attention for this month. We do have some really powerful energies that are happening on the planet on next Saturday, October 14th. We're going to have a solar eclipse in Libra on our new moon, which, as you know, new moons are our most potent time to create, manifest, and implement positive changes in our lives. If you remember, I shared the exercise of taking a piece of paper, creating the circle, putting all the good stuff in the circle, and anything that you're ready to release on the outside of the circle. So that will be next weekend on Saturday. And then we also have Saturday, October 28th, which is 2 weeks after that, which we will have a lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is our sign. That is going to be on the full moon. It's called the full hunter's moon. That's going to make the weekend of the Halloween weekend very intense, right? So the planets will be in earth or water placements. So there is a very high potential that we may be very emotional during that time. Okay, so just be aware. So I'm going to pull your cards today. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I am going to pull an oracle card to set the intention for the work. I'm going to lay out your cards to give you a general message as to what is coming up. And then I'm going to do clarifying cards for each of those cards. And then at the end, I'm going to do your 5 main things. So it's kind of the same. I'm just not using that second. I'm not using the second screen. You're just going to have to look at me today. Okay, so I've shuffled the cards. Your oracle card is I lovingly accept myself. I really do think us Taurus people really do have an appreciation for ourselves in a way that some other signs may not, because we really are about, you know, our physical security, creating a really good home life, because we love ourselves. We like to enjoy those things. Okay. So your reading today is going to be with this gold foil tarot deck. It's a little bit different. It's very super shiny. And the interesting thing is the cards are made out of plastic, so you can bend them and they don't crease or anything like that. So they feel very different. I don't typically read from this deck, although when I went into my meditation before I started these readings, I was guided to use this deck. Right now, it is exactly 4:44 p.m. Those are angel numbers, Taurus. So the angels are on our side. Okay, so what do our Tauruses need to know today? And start your reading. Okay. Really interesting. Okay, so we have a lot of wands. We've got 4 wands here, and wands have to do with our inspiration, our creativity, our intuition, our motivation. Okay, we start off with the 10 of wands. So this 10 of wands, I'm going to bring it really close so you can see it well. As you can see, he's carrying this heavy burden. So for some of us, it's going to feel like we're carrying a heavy load, like we're so ready to put it down. However, what this card does represent is that this is his harvest. Like he planted all those rods. He took care of them. He nurtured them. He watered them. He gave them all the nutrients they needed. Well, now he is ready to harvest them. So he has plucked his harvest. And if you can see over here, he's almost home. He's almost completed his task. He's set out exactly what he wanted to do. And while it's heavy for him in the moment, he's going to be home before you know it, and he's going to be able to rest and lay down his burden. So basically what this card is telling us is that something that we've been working on is coming to an end, and it's going to be very fruitful for us. It's going to be something to celebrate. And if you look at the sparkle on this card, this is a card that is confirming that, you know, the light is working on our side. The next step, which I find is interesting, is this 9 of Wands. So the 9s have to do with progression. We're making progress. Again, this has to do with our inspiration, our creativity, and our passions. And if you look at him, he looks a bit tired. Like he's got this thing on his head. He's resting a little bit. But basically what this card is telling us is no matter what you're doing, keep going. You are on the right path, okay? Keep moving forward. That's what you're going to be needing to do. Even though you've got this 10 and you're ready to put down one project, you are still working on other projects over here. And you need to put your attention on those as well, okay? Your obstacle is this 8 of Wands. Now, this card is usually a very fast moving card, meaning that whatever you're progressing on, whatever is coming in is a victory for you. But as this is in your obstacles position, I feel as though there is a message here that is telling you that some things that you're working on that you had hoped would come to fruition by mid-October, there's going to be a slight delay of some kind. There's going to be something that is going to be pulling you, your task into some other area that is going to be preventing this from materializing as quickly as you might have wanted or thought. Your obstacle this month, nope, that was your obstacle. This one is your strength. Your strength is the 3 of Swords. And if you look at this card, it looks as though this card is a card of mourning. This is a card of somebody having a broken heart, somebody having a loss, a deep loss of some kind, okay? But as this is in your strengths card, I feel as though this is energy that's moving behind you. Like you have gone through your mourning period. You have gone through those energies that would make you feel as though your heart is really stinging and hurting. Because it's in your strengths position, I feel like there's been something that's come in that has allowed your heart to heal, okay? Something that is calming that, that heat, that fire that is there. And I'll get clarity more on that card in just a moment. Your final outcome is the Ace of Wands. Again, this is a seed. All the aces represent a seed, a new concept, a new beginning, a new direction, so a new point of view. And this all has to do, again, with our inspiration, creativity, our passions, our motivations. So something's coming in. However, even though this is a gift for you, this is an opportunity for you, you have to grab that opportunity and you have to do something with it. You have to acknowledge it, and you have to, just like any other seed in life, you have to put it in the ground. You have to give it water. You have to pay attention. You have to make sure it has the right conditions so that this opportunity can bloom, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take the Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to ask for clarities for each of these cards, please. What does our Taurus folks need to know about the Ten of Wands, this ending energy, this completion of a chapter, their harvest coming in. Perfect that it's a harvest when we're in the fall, right? Which is when the harvests are usually being harvested. Okay, let me spread out the cards here. Okay, so to clarify the Ten of Wands, I have gotten the King of Wands. So this king, of course, is a fiery king. And if you look at this king, he's got salamanders all over his cloak, and he's got salamanders on his throne. And basically what the salamanders represent is that fiery energy. This guy knows how to get things done. He knows how to put a fire under people's butts to get them to move. And that's what this whole reading has been about, is fire energy. You got to get moving. You got to get going, right? You got to stop thinking. You've got to prevent yourself from overanalyzing and talking yourself out of moving forward. This king is representative of an individual who is self-made. He is passionate. He uses his clairvoyance. He uses his intuition freely. This is an individual that is very capable. He has been able to attain a level of success for himself. He's been able to create his kingdom in a way that is appealing to him, right? This could represent your energy, or it could represent somebody that is close to you that you're working with on a project, you're working with in a job, someone that is a mentor for you, or a professional that you're working through some things with. It doesn't necessarily have to represent a male. It could be gender. It doesn't matter what gender it is. It just represents the energies of the quality of the card, okay? For your Nine of Wands, we're clarifying with the Judgment card. So this Nine of Wands, if you remember, has to do with continuing to progress, moving forward in your projects. Don't give up, keep moving forward. Even if you feel as though, you know, you're not into it anymore, just realize that your emotions a lot of times are cyclical, meaning that, you know, at one point you're going to feel, you know, it's kind of like the biorhythms, right? There are times when we feel really up and excited and gung-ho, and there's other times we feel like, oh God, I just don't want to work on this anymore. But what this is saying is, please continue to progress, because you're going to have an awakening moment. You're going to have a moment where clarity is going to be coming in. Something's coming in that is going to give you big answers. It's a wake-up call. That's exactly what this card represents. As you can see, this is an angel up here with her bugle. She's waking up the dead, right? And she's telling them, get up out of your caskets, right? Wake up, get moving, because you have this opportunity that's coming in. You're getting this big answer that's coming from above, okay? Your obstacle, again, was the Eight of Wands. So even though this typically represents fast-moving energy, for some reason there is something that is slowing you down or preventing you from just charging ahead. And that card is being clarified by the Five of Wands. So there's some kind of a conflict. There's some conflict which may be very much external to you, people arguing over a way that things should progress. Or it could be that this is also a card about training. So maybe the reason why you're not progressing quickly forward is because maybe you have tests to take, or you have something that is waiting for you to complete so that you can move forward again as you should, right? As you could be. But that's what this card is. The Five of Wands represents training of some kind or a conflict of some kind. So there's something there that is preventing that forward progression. And then for your strengths, you have this Three of Swords. We're clarifying that card with the Four of Wands. So if you remember the Three of Swords, I was talking about there's something that had broken your heart. There was a loss of some kind and it really hurt you emotionally. However, what's clarifying this card as a strength is the Four of Wands. Again, we have more wand energy, right? We have more fire coming in, Taurus. This right here is a card of celebration. A lot of times this represents a marriage. It represents a ceremony. It could be graduation. It could be any type of a milestone energy that you're celebrating. But it's like this is your finish line right here. You just got to go straight through and you'll be able to party and have fun and enjoy your day. And then the other thing, if you look at the card, has got the yellow background, which means that it's been blessed by God. It is divinely guided. It's exactly what you need. This is your stability. So this has to do with stability and happiness, joy, celebratory, could be with friends, it could be with loved ones, but it's a happy card. And then your Ace of Wands, which represents that new seed that's coming in, that fiery seed, that card is being confirmed by the Knight of Wands. So we've got a lot of fire happening for us, Taurus. This Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight. He also represents taking action, kind of like I had said. This guy is telling you to get off your butt and get moving. So whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're trying to create for yourself, stop thinking about it, start taking action upon it, and start moving towards your dreams. Right now is the most opportune time for you to do that, because you've got all these confirmations here. You've got this awakening coming in. You've got this Four of Wands that's saying you're ready to celebrate. You know, you've got all this really good energy here. And you love and accept yourself. I love that card. Okay, so now I'm going to do your 5 main themes before we end your reading. So far, everything looks really good. I don't see anything as a problem coming in for you. So your first card is Bread. And it reads, a period of prosperity and abundance. I'll take it. The next is Chain. It says chain of events that will affect your life. I agree with that. There's always a chain of events that always affects our lives. Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. I love it. And then we have here, good news. And then our final card, a handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Okay, now you can always keep in mind that it might be this King of Wands. You might not know this person yet. Okay, Taurus, this looks really good. I'm very stoked about this reading. I feel as though, I mean, it really resonates well with me. I hope it resonates with you. If not, take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Taurus for your mid-October reading. Take very good care of you. And until next time, thank you so much for being here. Please like, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. Till next time. Take care.